guy came up to me in the street the other day, and he said, I got a little game for you. It involves 3 playing cards. And he said, okay, so I got this card, and I got that card. And he put that card on top. I saw him do it, and then he said, okay, all you have to do is keep your eye on that card. And then he put it on the bottom, and I said, well, that's easy, that card must be on the bottom. He said, no, that's this card. I said, well, if this card is on the bottom, that card must be on top. He said, no, that's this card. And then I said, well, if this card is on top and bottom, that card must be in the middle. He said, no, that's also this card. And I'm like, well, then you must be using 3 of this card. He's like, no, that card's on the bottom. And I said, well, you just said this card was on top and bottom. He said, well, yeah, but now that's also that card. And I'm like, so if that card is on top and bottom, you're using 2 of that card. And he said, no, I'm actually using 3. That card is also in the middle. And I said, well, then you using 3 of that card. And he said, well, no, I'm using this card, and this card. I said, well, you're obviously cheating. He said, well, yeah, you gotta remember in life, you get a little bit of this, you get a little bit of that, but you get not much of the other. Okay, so here's the tutorial. Okay, so here's how to do the this and that card trick. Okay, what you do is you take 3 blank cards and you write other on one of them, and you put that card on top. Then you take this card and put it on top of the other card. Then you take that card and put it on top of this card. So the order is like this. Okay? So here's how to do the trick. Okay, so what you do is you can just remember the story I said earlier. I'm going to show you how to do all this stuff. Okay, so he does a double lift and he says, I got this card, and then he puts down the top card, which is the other card. Then he goes, I got this card. He actually flips over this card. Then he sets it down. Then he says, I got that card, and he sets it down on top. And then he does a double lift, so he picks up this card and that card, and he puts it on the bottom. And then you say, well, that card must be on the bottom. That's easy. And then you go, no, this card is on the bottom. And then you say, that card must be on top. And then what you do is right here, you pull down the top card, and you push up the middle card like that. And then you take off the bottom and top card like that. So here's what it looks like if I push up this card. You just go like that, and you push it up and grab these 2. So this is what it'll look like. So it looks like one card. Now then you say, well, this card is on the bottom, that card must be on top. Then you do that, and you go, well, no, this card is also on top. And you put down both of them face down. And you go, well, if this card is on bottom on top, that card must be in the middle. You go, no, that's also this card. And you pull out the middle card. Then you say you're using 3 of this card, and you go, no, that card's on the bottom. And then you go, well, if that card's on the bottom, this card must be on top. And he goes, no. And then you do that same motion. That card is also on top. You lay them both down. And then you go, well, I'm using 2 of that card and 1 of this card. And he goes, no, I'm actually using 3. That card is also in the middle. Then you go, well, then you're using all 3 of that card. And he says, well, no, I got this card, I got this card, and I got this card. But how he did that part was he did this. He just showed you the bottom card, pulled off the top card, shows you this card, pulled off the top card, shows you this card. Okay? Then what you say is, you go, well, you're obviously cheating, and then you go, you're obviously cheating because you're using 3 of this card. He says, well, yeah, I remember in life, you get a little bit of this, you get a little bit of that, but you get not much of the other. Thank you for watching.